All right. Well, it is Friday night. On a typical Friday night, most of us may have a movie night in or a self-care night or maybe a date night. I always like Friday night as that watch a movie date night kind of energy, and it's taken a different shape, I believe, as we are approaching or as we have approached this new shift in how we're dealing with the economy and with our external reality with this health situation happening now. I have been someone who has been able to take advantage of the online economy for about 10 years now. And I wanted to share with you more about that today and how you can do that. I want to share with you some of the things that have worked for me and my team and my business partner, Mike. And I want to share with you what some of the people, perhaps some of the people here, have invited you on board to this meeting, to this webinar, who are a part of our community and our team and our infrastructure to generate, where they are generating online income as well. Some of them for the first time. Some of them they've tried in the past, and maybe like you guys, you have a job, you have a career, or you've got a business. I'm going to talk more about that, and it's not scalable. You're trading your time for it. It's just not working for you. And you've realized perhaps now is maybe that time that you want to make it work, that you want to make it happen to generate income online and actually take advantage of what's going on now versus being a victim and being in a desperate situation 3 months down the road, or if this happens again. So welcome on board to today's or tonight's date night. I am your host, Robyn Linn, or your date this evening. And so I don't think I've ever been on a date with more than one person at a time. I'll keep it to that. As of tonight, there are many of you who are joining me, so welcome tonight. I want to share with you how to take advantage of the economy, of what's happening right now with the reset. And I'm calling it an income reset because it's actually something that you can reset your income by taking advantage of what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And you're going to be able to take advantage of it by creating a solid income online, not just 1 month like this month, or not even just for the next 3 to 6 months, but I'm speaking of year after year after year that compounds and grows over time, not by joining a get rich quick opportunity or anything like that, but by creating sustainability with your income. And it's what I've been doing for many years now. I want to share with you, this is for all skill levels, whether you've generated millions already and you want to learn how to make it happen more sustainably and through automation, like the way I do through systems, or you maybe haven't hit 6-figure months before and you want to learn how to get started in marketing online, generating income online for the first time because it hasn't quite worked out for you in the past. Regardless of your skill level, letting you know that this is for you no matter where you're at in this process. So first of all, what is this all about? I do want to say, if you have a notepad and a pad of paper and a pen handy, you might want to take some notes for yourself or for the person who invited you here so that you can ask them questions when we are complete. So first of all, what is this about? Well, as I mentioned, we are in an unprecedented time, and for the most part, it is very unstable. There's instability here, and it's very uncertain. We're not quite sure what's actually really happening and when things will come back to normal, and if there even will be a comeback to what will be the normalcy, right? What will be normal for us in terms of job security, if that even is a thing. I don't believe it is. The only job security I believe in is your own entrepreneurial security of being able to, on your own, because you're offering value to your own audience, people who want what you're offering or leading them into, even if it's not your own product, service, or offer, you are in control of it. And so that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today, to move away from the uncertainty and the instability of the marketplace, regardless of what's going on outside of us. It doesn't have to be this way for you if you know how to leverage the shift. And we're going to be able to speak to this, generating income online that isn't just for entrepreneurs or those of you who are semi-retired or retired. It is for everybody, literally everybody, even teenagers, okay? It's about providing for yourself a solid financial well-being. I say and speak to this all from a state of well-being, meaning everything you have, want, and need is provided for you by you. Okay, that is a sense of well-being where you're not stressing, you're not stretching or reaching for something outside of your current network, but it's actually all within your reach. Regardless of your age, regardless of what happens outside of us in the economy, this is the way, the path to living your lifestyle goals. And I'm going to be sharing with you more about that. Today, we're going to discuss how to create and scale an income online, even if you failed at it before, or even if you have zero knowledge about the online economy. So who is this for? Well, a lot of you have heard me share in the past, if you've been on my calls before, if you've heard me on videos speak to this. In every single video, I do address that this is for those of you who want income that is reliable, predictable, and consistent. An income or revenue stream that you can rely upon month after month, year after year. You want to be able to rely on this income. So this is for those of you who aren't just wanting like a fast make money this month desperation, oh my gosh, I need money tomorrow kind of situation, but you're somebody who is inspired to generate consistent income months and months and years to come, ongoing, reliable income. And you want that to be a thing for you that is happening online through automation. I'll speak to you guys more about automation in a little bit, but I want to get through the basics here. Without relying on a job or career or physical business that's important to you, you don't have to rely on a job or career. I learned that when I had shifted out of my job career. And if you are in a physical business, like a lot of my friends are, I have a lot of entrepreneurial friends who are not in business right now today because they have physical brick and mortar businesses or they sell products and it's not possible for them to be in business as of this day. And so I want to share with those of you how to start generating income online, regardless of whether you want to keep that business or you want to shift into something more sustainable. And this is also for those of you who don't want to rely on exchanging your time hour for hour, day for day, week for week, month for month for your money, okay? Trading time for money, as Robert Kiyosaki says, is a surefire way to stay indebted into the system and never, ever having abundance or financial prosperity. It's just not possible when you're trading time for money. This is for everyone, all of you guys who want you want your freedom. This is really important for me. My time freedom, my lifestyle freedom, my financial freedom, and I know you guys want that. That's why you're here. You want your time freedom, your lifestyle freedom to be able to come and go as you please, wake up, go to bed when you want to, be able to live the life you want, purchase the things you want to purchase, come and go as you please, do what you want, focus in your energy on what you want to, when you want to. Financial freedom has a lot to do with time freedom, and we're going to talk about that. This is for those of you who are interested in, maybe you didn't know about that or a lot of it before, about multiple streams of income where you can lead an audience, a person, someone into some kind of an offer or message where you're able to generate not just a one-time commission, but multiple commissions over time that grows and that is exponentially growing because you've into the system that we've built, you're able to tap into multiple streams of income. And so every entrepreneur that you see, all of them, every single one of them who you see who has generated 7+ figures and then consistently, not just a one-time deal, but consistently does it over and over and over, whoever you see who's doing it like Mike and I, it's because we've built in multiple streams of income into our business model, okay? That's what everybody is doing. And if you don't have access to multiple streams of income in your business model or in your side income streams, it's nearly impossible to be able to create the wealth and the financial prosperity that you want. So this is for those of you, whether you're selling your own stuff, whether you're a consultant or a contractor, whether you're a coach or someone who wants to offer coaching, whether you're a physical business owner, like a gym owner or a yoga Pilates studio owner, you're a dance teacher, whether you are in network marketing or affiliate marketing, or you're in a work from home opportunity. This is also for those of you who are in a job, J-O-B, or career. So I want to share with you, this is an image of the Minions. I am obsessed with the Minions, by the way, the film. The Minions are phenomenal. They do have personality, but there's this interesting kind of backstory with Minions. Minions, if you've seen the films, if not, I apologize, because it's an adorable film. But all of the Minions are basically, they kind of rely on each other. So this image here is from a clip in the film where the guy on the left, the little minion on the left, is saying, yeah, yeah, and the minion on the right is saying, no, no. And then they shake their heads, and then the minion on the left says, no, no, and the minion on the right says, yeah, yeah, and then they shake their heads, wait. So it's a constant reflection of, well, wait a minute, what do I really believe in, and what's really true, and what am I really doing? It's not quite taking ownership of your own self, your own sense of value. And so when we say, not just being a minion, what we mean is not just looking to some system and saying, yeah, 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 that's what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the system itself could offer crap. It could offer zero value. And so a lot of entrepreneurs early on, because they need to make money, because it's what they decide to do, unless they're backed by a lot of funding to be able to test and spend 8 to 18 months just trying to figure stuff out, which is what Mike and I have done over the years. Just take a year to 2 years and just test things and figure it out, because we've had chunks of money to work with, testing $1 million plus on advertising. So it's it's not for the faint of heart, as we say, because you actually do, if you're starting out and you're starting from scratch, typically, those of you have realized you actually need some time and you need some money. But the thing that I'm sharing with you today is that you actually don't need that with the system that we've built, because of the leverage model that we've built it with. And I'll share more about how we've created a leverage system for you. But I want you to understand that most systems and most entrepreneurs or people who are trying to make money online as quote unquote marketers who don't quite know what they're doing, they get involved with an affiliate system or a network model, and they're relying on the system. They're relying on whatever their upline or whatever their affiliate program is giving them access to as far as an online system goes, or even traditional marketing, knock on doors, make phone calls, make cold calls, or if you're buying leads and then you're calling the cold lead, they have no idea who you are. It's very, very challenging. It's not that it's impossible, but it's very challenging to scale that model. And it's very challenging to have automation where you're not trading time for the money that you're generating. So for the most part, everyone who starts off online, who doesn't quite know what they're doing, who isn't a quote unquote professional, as I would call myself today, a professional marketer, which I wouldn't have done that 10 years ago. We used to rely on things that were given to us because we didn't quite know how to approach the marketing. And so for the most part, all of the marketing that you see, unless they are a true professional marketer who really knows what they're doing with their own system, offering their own value, it's very challenging for people to be able to come out right off the bat and actually do what you see that Mike and I are doing, or that the big gurus as far as the big marketing gurus, what people are doing. So for the most part, people are duplicating systems in a disconnected way, in a way where the marketer, perhaps you, have been a minion just using the system. I know you guys want online income, and I know you want to do it right. You don't want to be just a minion with a system offering zero value. And it actually doesn't have to be that hard, and it doesn't have to be where you're scratching your head wondering, how the heck can I make money with this thing? Because I don't understand how it's even possible. So before I get into the good stuff here, this is not for those of you who are looking for a handout, because I'm going to be sharing with you about the leverage system that does allow you to not be a minion, but that allows you to actually put yourself into the system as much or as little as you want, and actually take credit for it as if it were your own. I'm going to share about that in just a minute. But I do want to mention, for those of you who are here interested in generating an online income that is automated, not where you trade your time for it, that's scalable online income, or you're someone who is on our team and you are going to be sharing this message with your downline or your prospects or your pre-enrollees or the people who are interested in working with you. I want you to understand that this isn't for people who are looking for a handout. This is not for people who are looking to make money without investing anything in return for it, right? It does take a level of time and energy and intention and a little bit of money, not a lot, but a little bit of money, in order to make a crazy amount of income. You have to be able to put some time and energy into it, right? You can't expect to make $1 million without doing anything. This isn't for those who think wealth and prosperity is winning a lottery ticket, right? It's not about a lottery ticket. So as my teachers have always said, it's not about luck. Mahatma Gandhi actually said there is no such thing as luck. It's doing it, right? That's the practice of success. You do the things that create success. You don't just expect that success is going to come to you. But there's a difference when it comes to attraction. You can actually attract success, but you have to create the path for it. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. This isn't for those of you who have zero willingness to act like a professional when it comes to communicating, meaning you just expect to communicate in a cheesy, generic way. I always share with my clients and my students and members that if you want to get into the high 6-7 figure mark with your business, you have to start communicating like a professional, where it sounds like you really care about these people that you're speaking to, not like where you're memorizing some cliche generic message, like you actually sound like you're a spammer, right? Nobody likes spammers. Nobody responds well to spammers unless they're spammers themselves looking for a get-rich-quick opportunity. So that's not what we're talking about. So when it comes to taking your income to the next level, all you got to do is just act like a professional. And if you don't know what that means, then hang around professionals where you can understand. All you have to do is listen. What are they talking about? What are they acting like? How do they present messages? Oh, okay, I'll just sound more like that. It's really about modeling behaviors in a way that's more professional than generic. And so I always suggest, unliking pages, unfriending people, unfollowing things on social media that would sound like spam, that would sound like something cliche or generic. You want to be able to really listen for messages, especially on your social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter. You want to be able to really receive information from professionals who are coming from a value-based mindset and who can help you, right? Because that's really what social media is about. You being able to receive this information and learn from the people who maybe know a little bit more about what you want to learn. That's how you grow. You don't have to get a college degree anymore to learn this kind of stuff. You just have to hang around with people who know what they're talking about. This isn't for those who are unwilling to communicate with real people in a genuine way. So again, this whole system that I'm going to be sharing with you, it's about introducing a business model, business opportunities in a way that is actually where you understand that it's being shared by you to real people. And so a lot of times when we're advertising, or even if you've ever purchased leads before, or if you've ever known someone in the marketing world who has ever bought leads before, done advertising before, maybe yourself you have, and you've come across a leads list or advertising, and maybe you thought it was a waste of money. And you really want to look at it as, well, when I was messaging these leads or when I was advertising, was I communicating as if I really understood in an empathy-driven way that these are real people who want help? These are real people who are actually looking for something, like real individual people with beating hearts and blood flowing through their veins. I know from my personal experiences coaching people for the past 10 years, a lot of times there can be a disconnect when it's you against your computer. When you're working as an entrepreneur and marketing online, it can be very challenging if you've done that kind of work before, or if you have a job or a career or a business and it's kind of like you doing your job and maybe you don't communicate much with other human beings. It can be a challenge when it comes to this kind of work, if people are unwilling to really feel that, wait a minute, even if I'm buying leads, even if I'm spending money on advertising to get people's attention, people who I don't really know personally right now today, you really want to think of it as these are real people. And so I want to communicate with them in a genuine way. So this is for those of you who are willing to do that. This is not for those of you who have no intention to overcome tech challenges. Now, obviously, the majority of my audience, those who work with Mike and I, the majority of people who I have worked with in my career over the past 17 years as a professional, I have realized that I am, never quite knew that I was, but I am actually a tech savvy person. It just comes easy to me the way that my brain works. I don't know, it's just how my brain works. I'm very, if I don't know something technically, I can figure it out. It's not that it's like my favorite thing in the world. I would rather not do techie stuff. It's not like my passion, but it's what I do. And I love doing it because it allows me and my team to be able to have access to systems through automation that are super high leveraged and super effective. And because of that, because I know that my brain can do the things that other people can't do, I do it and I work through it. And it sometimes doesn't feel good, but I overcome my tech challenges. So I realize, however, that 99% of the people that are working with me are not as tech savvy. Some of them actually a little bit more tech savvy than me, which is like, oh, a relief, because then it's easier for me to have other people around that are tech savvy. So in our community, we have people who are a little bit more tech savvy than me when it comes to certain things, because it may be what they do. They may be IT guys or women. But for the most part, a lot of people work with us who are not tech savvy. So I do want to let you know that you don't have to be tech savvy to work with what I'm sharing with you to generate online income. However, you do want to get it through your brain that some of the stuff is just stuff that you can overcome. And so the last thing that I want to hear from anyone is that I can't do it, I'm not tech savvy. What I like to hear is, Robyn, I'm not that tech savvy, but I'm willing to watch a video and figure out what I can do with a few clicks here and there. And so it is stuff that anybody can overcome, but you have to have that mindset of wanting to overcome certain things, but realizing that you don't have to figure it out, and you actually don't have to be tech savvy. There's just a couple of things that you'll need to do to move through building an online system, like actually being able to turn your computer on and check your email. So how does this work? Well, you decide that you want to be on a winning team. For me, I'm a very competitive person when it comes to working with other people, and also myself. I'm very competitive. So I know a lot of people who I work with in network marketing and affiliate marketers, we tend to be, wanting to win. We don't want to be on the losing team. So this is for those of you who want to be on a winning team, and you like that energy of winning. You like that energy of momentum, of moving forward, and being able to see things happen, money coming in, people happy, leads coming in, people opting into your email list, or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, learning how to transition out of a job or career that's bugging you, that's like weighing you down, or in this economy that we're in, being able to sustain your income in a way that maybe you couldn't do before because you were stuck in a trading time for money situation and you never knew how to generate income before. Not to talk about myself, but my first MLM, my partner Mike was involved with network marketing way before I met him. Back in the day, he was involved with a nutrition company, several nutrition companies selling products. He generated 7 figures in one of them before I met him. And I never wanted to get involved with network marketing. Actually, when I met him, I was more of I was coaching people when I met Mike. And my first network marketing company, I attracted over 524 paying members within my first month. It was, I think it was like 2.5 weeks to 3.5 weeks. And it was 524 people plus paying people on my team. And I actually was one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing, in the time that I was involved in the company, from start to the to the day that I enrolled those people. And I'm not sharing with you to boast, but I'm sharing with you because it wasn't my thing. Network marketing wasn't my thing. I'm not saying that you have to do network marketing, but I'm just sharing with you that the reason why I was able to succeed with it, even though it was new to me, was because I wanted to win. And that's just my energy. That's what I move into. I don't move and I don't put my mind into projects or business models that will be losing. I always go to what is going to work, and I always go to what's going to bring momentum, and I always go to what is going to build the steam forward to get results. Anyone who's ever worked with me in the coaching platform, and I have some people now who are working with me privately, and they know the very first thing I say is, look, I'm going to refund your money if you're not going to want to succeed, if you're not going to want to get to where you say you want to get to, if you're not going to be okay with me leading you to succeeding to results. And so I'm always leading us to results. I only want results. Results could mean for you an extra $2,000 a month. Results for you could be an extra $20,000 a month. Results for you could be an extra $200,000 a month. Results to you could be paying off your mortgage, paying off your student loan debt, being able to travel more, hopefully when we can, being able to just have a great lifestyle and, just come and go as you please. Results to you could mean anything. And you should know what it is that you want to bring into your life, to receive, to experience. When we know the things that we want to experience in our lives, it's much easier to put a path together, a direct channel from here to there, and say, okay, I'm going to get there. And then we do it. We walk that path. And so everything for me is about getting to that result, no matter what the result is, and having fun along the way, and getting really excited along the way, helping people along the way. And so this is for those of you who have decided that that job, income security, the one that you really want, you realize that it can be cultivated by you, and you can actually be in control of it. And so that's what this session is today about, and that's what I want to share with you more about. And this whole process works when you decide that no matter what happens with the economy, whether we go back to quote unquote a normal way of living like the way it used to be, which kind of seems a little weird at this point because things are kind of awkward at this point. We're not quite sure what's going to be normal yet. Guess who's still making money? Amazon. I've made crazy purchases on Amazon. I've made purchases all over the internet. I bought 2 pairs of running shoes, one today and one last week. Like, companies are making money, but it's happening through the internet, right? The online economy. It was happening before, but now it's like, well, how do you tap into it? And how do you help other people tap into that? Because all we need is our smartphone. Many of us have a laptop, right? Most of us have computers, laptops, but I believe even children under the age of 10 have cell phones. So everyone is a consumer nowadays. It wasn't like that. My cell phone, the first cell phone I purchased was actually my freshman year, 1999, when I went to the University of Miami in college. I did not have a cell phone until I went to college, and it's very different nowadays. And so, it's a different world. So most of us on this call here, a lot of you guys, right? My dates for the evening. You guys are probably over the age of 18, right? Hopefully. And you understand that it's a different world. And, there's this weird shift that has happened now. And we can look to the internet, and millions and millions and millions of people now understand, wait a minute, I can still use my phone or my computer and make purchases and get shipments, whatever I decide I want for the most part, and get something delivered. I actually had to order toilet paper on the internet. I couldn't find toilet paper in the store. I ordered organic, like the natural toilet paper, right? I don't do the normal toilet paper. So I actually had to find it. I had to wait for it. It was on back order, but I got it. I used the internet to do that. And so I believe that nearly everybody at this point, moving forward especially, we will all start to see people take this more seriously of generating income online. People having that light bulb question mark go off and say, how do I do that? And what they're waiting for is a leader, or at least someone, hopefully you, to say, hey, I'm going to just point you in the right direction. Here's my guide. Here's my business partner, Robyn. Here's my guide. Here's my business partner, Mike. Here's my guide. Maybe you guys here, right? They'll point to you. Here's my guide. Here's my business partner. And they created a video for you that shares with you more about this. And so you personally don't have to be the quote unquote leader, but you can lead your team, you can lead your community, your prospects, your tribe, whatever you want to call them, your people, your peeps. You lead people using the internet. You lead people into a process. Now, I personally use video because I love to create a personal relationship with my audience. I believe that it creates high-level engagement. it also creates a sense of trust. It builds the relationship where people remember you because they see you. They also believe what you're saying because you're connecting and you're communicating. And there's also this sense of likability that can happen if you're somebody who is showing up for them on video. Now, I tend to be very introverted, even though I'm also very extroverted when I do this stuff, like video. I am very extroverted in that state. But I understand that it can be very challenging emotionally to say, some of you to say, well, I don't want to go on video. So you guys don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And that's what is so beautiful about the system that we've built, is that you don't have to do the stuff that you don't want to do. And that's why the system is so powerful, because it builds the relationship still with you, even if you're leading people into a system with other videos that don't necessarily have your face on it. Because you're emailing people, you're still developing a relationship with people. You can still throw an image here and there out there, even if it's just one photo. So the key is that you need to understand that no matter what happens with the economy moving forward, even though in my case for the past 10 years or so, I have been generating an income online, you need to understand that you can do this, and you can do it through residual income. That means money coming in while you're sleeping. In my case, while I'm sleeping, while I'm in the sauna, while I'm working out, while I'm on a hike, while I'm watching a movie, while I'm with another client. Income is coming in, sales are coming in because of the system that I've built through this automated platform. And then it also grows over time and it scales over time because there's multiple streams of income built in. There's additional upsells and downsells built into it. There's other products and offerings, like some of my clients, some of you members here, one of our members, she wrote a book. Another member has a coaching offer. Another member has other affiliate offers she really likes to sell. So what we do is we help you guys like build in your own stuff that you love to sell to make as much as you possibly can within your business, within your system. And that's how you can just do it exceptionally well without it costing you time, because it's set up to do that, set up to scale. So this is for those of you who've decided that within your own mindset, you're going to surround yourself with leaders, with guides, with mentors. You're going to surround yourself with people who get it and who are doing it in a professional way, who are teaching it in a real way, in a genuine way, and who are doing it right. And you believe that the foundation to your financial success and fulfillment is because you are someone who sees yourself as someone who can do that. That's the foundation to your success, literally, is you deciding that you are the one that can do this, not where you're relying on someone like a boss or a job or a paycheck, because that's obviously not the foundation to your financial success and fulfillment. And I think you know that, right? That's why a lot of you want to create an online income. You realize that it's really up to you. Well, how do you do that? A lot of people ask that, right? Millions of people. How do I do that? Well, I'm sharing with you. This is how it happens. So this is for those of you also who may enjoy collaborating with a team to cultivate success, meaning you really don't have to do this on your own. So before I get into the good stuff, I just want to share with you that our marketing system is duplicatable and customizable. So a lot of systems out there may be duplicatable, where you get like a replicated website and stuff, but it's not customizable. And by customizable, I mean by putting your name on it. I mean by putting your little cute picture on it. Or if you don't think you're cute, then your little puppy dog who's cute, or whatever it is. Like customizing it so it's yours. Also, where this is the coolest part. When we built this system, we really wanted it to be where you could take credit for the value provided, but you didn't actually have to create the value. So let me share with you something. For many, many years, I was charging $12,000 to $16,000 per client, where they were getting my support in a branding group, and I would take 5 to 25 people at a time. And again, I would charge $12,000 to $16,000 per client. And so I would do these little groups, and it was a 3-month period where I would work with people, and then another 3 months where I would help coach them on video, and I would help coach them on their messaging and get them photo ready and make sure that they had everything they needed to market themselves successfully. And one of the things I realized, it really came down to this: they really just didn't want to provide their own value. They wanted to be the one who had a coaching offer or a book, a best-selling book, or to do events or retreats, or as a consultant, to be able to be seen as, a leader in their industry or an expert in their industry. I worked a lot with coaches and studio owners, people who owned physical gyms. And I also worked a lot with authors and speakers. And I worked with people who were career professionals in the corporate world. And so I recognized that even though they really wanted to offer their own value, at the end of the day, they really wanted to, they just weren't willing to put that work in, to actually create it. Because as a lot of the gurus, like Sam Ovens, if you know Sam Ovens, he talks a lot about that. The hardest thing, and the reason why you pay to have a mentor or someone to help coach you through stuff, is because, it's really challenging to take a year and build a multi-million-dollar brand and product base and coursework and outline. I'm not even talking about the sales funnel or the free offer or figuring out the ad campaigns and the emails that go into it, but actually the value itself that's being purchased. And so what I realized over many years is that my clients weren't willing, even though I could coach them through it successfully, they really weren't willing themselves to work through the emotional stuff of actually even just putting the time and energy into creating the value themselves. And so what Mike and I do is so powerful, because everything we do, whether you want to put value into it or not, you actually get to take credit for what is being provided, as if you did it, as if it's yours, because you are seen as a business partner with us. And so it's really important that I share that with you, because a lot of this process is about customizing it as much or a little as you desire. You don't have to go the way that I go. You don't have to show up on video if you don't want to. You don't have to do a photo shoot if you don't want to. But you can still take credit for the value, and you don't have to provide it on the back end. At the end of the day, when a sale is made, you get commission for it, right? But you actually don't have to provide the value after the sale is made necessarily. It would be nice if you helped out a little bit if you want to build that relationship, because that's how you make more money after that point, and that's how your team member actually will succeed more effectively with your help, seeing you as someone who's a value creator yourself. But you don't necessarily have to provide the value. And that's what the beauty of affiliate marketing and network marketing is where you can lead someone into a product or an offering, and you don't necessarily have to do the work to deliver upon what was purchased. What you can do is be a really cool person and build a relationship and say, hey, you got some questions? Oh, cool. I'm going to go to Robyn and figure out the answer, and be, be a really cool person who's there for your team. That's the beauty of a system like this. Or if you want to provide more value on your own, absolutely be my guest and offer a lot more value if you'd like, but it's not necessary. And so that's the really cool part of having systems like what we have built. You don't have to figure out the technical stuff yourself, guys. Really, it took me 10 months to learn systems that I learned from scratch. 10 months to build systems and learn new technologies. And then I create a 15-minute, 16-minute video for you. So Don't complain about a 16-minute done for you technical video. It took me 10 months to figure out, right? So some of this stuff is just super, super simple and broken down for you, where you don't have to be techie to figure it out. You literally just have to follow step-by-step tutorials. It's super simple. I personally don't have step-by-step tutorials. I'm the one who creates them, and I'm the one who goes through the learning process so that you guys get access to simple trainings, which is, you know, it's good for me. It's my karma, right? It's my karma. You guys get to leverage the same system that Mike and I use to convert hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of marketers, and not just like random people who aren't interested in what we're sharing, but actually people who are hungry, meaning they want it, right? So that's what our system does. It communicates with people from the get-go on the front end that says, oh yeah, that's what I want. And so all of our messaging, communication from lead capture pages where someone enters their email and opts in to get on an email list, email systems, we literally give you email copy, like insane high converting emails that you get, sales funnels, literally funnels that have generated 6-figure months that you get access to, and ads that we are testing and we're spending our money testing, that we say, oh, here, this one's working, or here, try these too, they're amazing. And we test things for you, and we give you stuff to test as well. And so this is all to serve an audience who's ready to learn how to market like a pro. It's not leading someone into a get rich quick at all. That's not what it is. I would never be involved with anything like that in my lifetime ever, not even in my future lifetime, okay? It's just not me. Or it's not what I can't do it. I know that's what some people do. I can't do it. I can't lead anyone into it, no matter how much money I would get paid. Not going to do it. I'm a very ethical person to my core. So I love to serve people who want to do things right. And I have the, you know, the little motto of, it's not about you, it's about who you're here to serve. And that's what I do. So it's really about marketing like a professional. It took me a while to know how to do that. But then after time of actually doing it and practicing and learning, this is what doesn't work, this is what does. So now I am able to share with you how to do that. I definitely know what doesn't work, and I definitely know what does to get the results and high conversion rates. We also show you how to customize, as I said, the system so that you are the one building the relationship with your audience, and so that your audience sees you as the one offering the value. And that's really important. But again, you don't actually have to deliver the value on the back end. Okay. Really quick, why now? So we're at a really awkward time. Things are probably going to go into inflation. Then there's probably going to be a bubble. Then there's probably going to be a weird situation in the economy where a lot of people they're going to have a very desperate state of mind. They're going to be in a very desperate situation. They're going to need money. And they're not going to know how to do it. And guess what's going to be around? Online economy. And so no matter who gets laid off from their jobs, no matter who can't go back to their business, I have friends who own a tea shop. I have a friend who owns a restaurant. I have friends who own clothing stores in town here in Portland. And their businesses are suffering and they're stressed. A lot of them, one of my friends is from China. She can't go back to China. Another friend's from Japan. She can't go visit her dad. Another friend's from Italy. He can't go there. You know, it's kind of weird. And so what we want to understand is that the internet is an economy and we can utilize it. And it's going to be it's probably going to get a lot weirder for a lot of people who aren't going to be able to make money the way that they maybe could before, okay? And so we want to be prepared to be able to serve them, to be able to help them. And again, not in a desperate state, not in an, oh no, I can't feed myself, in a way of like, here's how you do it right. Here's how you do it so you don't have to worry anymore. A lot of my friends just had babies. Very awkward time to have a baby, especially if they're not in work right now or can't do business as normal, right? How are they going to offset their income? Well, they got to learn the internet. They got to learn how to present themselves online. They got to learn how to make it happen through generating an income online. And it doesn't have to be where you're selling physical stuff. So I just want to ask you guys, have you ever purchased anything online? I know that's obvious, right? Have you ever purchased anything online? I want you to recall back to the last thing you purchased. I actually just purchased, as I mentioned to you, trail running shoes. Just this afternoon, I purchased on a sporting goods store, I purchased trail running shoes today. So just think back to the last thing you purchased online and just think about the fact that pretty much everyone has purchased something online, okay? Now, not only is it convenient, but it's now become essential, okay? I want you to, not that I'm putting in this like Donnie Darko message, but what if in the fall or winter we have to go through another quarantine period? What if like things go back to normal, as we approach May, June, July, August, September, and then October, November, December hits, and like it comes back and we have to do it again for some reason? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, what if that is the case? What are people going to do? So my business is thriving. I have generated sales every single day since my system through automation has been generating ongoing sales, again, without my personal effort, but because the system works. So when people ask, how am I coping? I'm like, well, I'm busier than ever. My business is thriving more than it could ever be. It's taking a new shape because of the line of business. What kind of business are you in? Well, I help people market online professionally. I give them systems to use for automation. I help them generate incomes online, whether they know how or not. It's scalable, and anyone can do it. And so everyone who asks me, their jaws drop, because a lot of times people have regular jobs, careers, or physical businesses. So I want you to really, truly understand that it's a very important place to be where we are, to be able to offer people a way to sustain themselves financially and to give people an opportunity to really tap in to this wonderful, wonderful opportunity to really know how to market like a real person, like a professional, not like a generic, cheesy, salesy, weird person, okay? But to like really know how to do it and to actually be able to lead people into a system that works, that's built for you, and where you're given marketing copy and ads and emails and landing pages, and you're guided. So a lot of times I feel, especially for my friends who are coaches and high level speakers and authors and trainers and stuff, a lot of times my friends, personal friends, they have to work through the ego stuff, because I did as well. I had to work through the ego stuff to actually be able to call myself a marketer. It was never something I really felt comfortable doing before, because I related marketing to generic, cheesy, salesy, inauthentic, disconnected. And a lot of my friends still feel that way, and they still struggle. And there's like this threshold that we have to pass, in order to really understand what marketing can be and what it really is, to those of us who now know how to work marketing in a real way, to be a very much a value giver, and to really offer value, to really help people. I want you to know that a website is not effective. I've built websites, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building websites over the years. Not effective. A website alone, not effective. It's actually how you're leading people to the site, to the opportunity, leading the right people there, the people who are going to want what the site offers, right? And it's how consistent the income streams are over time to the audience that's being led. So how do I know all of this? Well, really quick, I was an executive writer. I was a journalist for many years. It was my thing. I was a professional writer. I had a really high level position in Miami. I hated it. Wasn't my thing. Couldn't stand corporate. Couldn't stand being in a job and being in an office. Totally entrepreneurial, but didn't know how. So I started my own business. And then I realized, oh, well, I have these great clients. They're paying me $5,000. You know, every client was paying me $5,000 at a time. But then I realized my projects were, you know, coming into 3-month times, and I needed more money than just that one client. And I realized I could only handle a handful of clients in a month. My income was capped, so it didn't work. I was stuck. And then when I met Mike in 2012, as I was approaching online marketing, because I had left my corporate career, I was in my own business. So I decided no matter what, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And then when I met Mike, that's when we started collaborating together. My first residual opportunity with our business model that I had branded myself generated $50,000 a month. It went up to $75,000 a month residual. And then I was able to take actually twice. I took a year off, and then I took another year and a half off because I had residual income coming in. And this was once I applied the strategy that we teach and that our systems provide. You know, I didn't know before that. I didn't know what residual income was. I was a coach. I was a professional in the corporate world. I had no idea that I could do something like $50,000 to $75,000 a month residual, where I literally didn't have to do anything for over a year, twice, where money was coming in, automated. Because the system that we had set up, the courses we had set up, the trainings we had set up, it was all just bringing in cash, cash, cash. And so anything on top of that that I wanted to make as income, it was just, you know, piling money on top of itself. And it gave me a lot of time to, you know, to practice my skills and to learn what I wanted to do, which, you know, led Mike and I to creating the success strategy class that we have, and that hopefully you have seen. And if not, definitely ask me or the person that referred you here, ask them for the success strategy class. So, you know, to button this up, what is possible? Well, number one, set yourself up for automated income that's scalable. Don't rely on your job career income or time, you know, time traded for money, especially if you're semi-retired or retired, or you're facing that you know, retirement age as a baby boomer. A lot of people I know, they're really struggling because they have no idea what's possible when it comes to automated income that is scalable. So again, you really want to know, you really want to understand that it doesn't have to rely on your physical presence or personal time in exchange to generate this income or to make revenue. You don't have to figure it out. The tech stuff I'm speaking about, testing pages, headlines, where the button goes to, landing page ads. You don't have to figure it out alone. You don't have to test for months and months upon years on your own. And you don't actually have to build it yourself. You don't have to build funnels yourself. You don't have to test them. You don't have to tweak them. You don't have to do any of that on your own. And if you like doing that stuff, that's cool. You can actually add value to the stuff that we're providing, but you actually don't have to figure out the foundational stuff that is high converting, that gets you results. You don't have to figure it out yourself, especially if you're tech challenged. And third here, you get to actually take credit, as I mentioned, for value being provided as yours without having to generate insane content yourself. You may see myself or my partner Mike, you may see us generating insane content, and we provide that kind of content and say, hey, you guys can post this on your YouTube channel and just put a quick intro video to it and just, you know, claim it as your own. We're working together here, right? It's a win-win-win situation, and that's how the world actually can work. Not if you're taking someone from someone else. You don't want to rely a business model. You don't want to rely your income on a business model where someone else is losing something because you're gaining something, right? We want to create a win-win-win situation. So that's what we have done here. Okay, so what's next? Number one, you want to get a free position on our team if you don't have one. The free position obviously leads into a position where you are putting some kind of investment in. It doesn't have to be a ton. It could start off to $30, a month is the lowest. But there's like these crazy offers, crazy low options to get started. But it starts with a free position to, so you can learn more. And if it's not for you, whatever, it's not a big deal. But that's one option. There's a free position on our team. And our team is our HempWorks team. Mike did a webinar this afternoon with me and reminded me about a year or two ago, one of the co-founders of HempWorks I had met in California when I went to visit my teacher, who's a Buddhist monk in the monastery. I went to visit him, and when I was traveling, because this is what I do when I travel, I usually take like a week or two, and I just kind of mosey around the town, and I just kind of like, go to the beach or go to the mountains and like explore. I'll go shopping. I'll like eat the food. I'll meditate on the beach, whatever it is, go hiking. And usually I like to do this by myself. And so one day I was eating at a vegan cafe, and I ran into one of the co-founders at the time of HempWorks, My Daily Choice, at a coffee shop in California. And I'm just sitting there, and I heard him talking on the phone, talking about generating income online. I'm like, oh, what kind of stuff do you do? And we just started talking about yoga. He introduced me to Wim Hof, by the way, if you guys know Wim Hof, the breathing guru. And he just introduced me to HempWorks and said, I think you would do amazing in this opportunity. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to sell CBD. And he's just like, no, this is different. This is such a different opportunity. And, do you take CBD? And I'm like, yeah, I take CBD every day. It's my thing. I love it. He's like, well, you have to try these products. There's so many different types of products. And lo and behold, I brought like a big pack home to Mike and was like, hey, Mike, you should check out all these cool products, and I think we should sell it, and I think we should market it, and I want to be like, I want to brand this CBD company. And at the time he wasn't ready for it, and so that's what he was talking about today in our afternoon session. And then we came out and marketed it, just started recently. And so I'm very excited because CBD has changed my life for the better. It helps me with certain things going on, the time of the month female kind of thing, has helped me tremendously. I do take it daily, but I take a lot more of the CBD products when it comes to that time of the month, because it helps with the way that the body is releasing. There's certain things that you can't say when it comes to the FDA, unfortunately, which is super funny and weird. But anyway, it has helped me tremendously. And so it's like a lifeline for me. I introduced it to my mother, who I think is on this call today. So hello, Mom. And she started taking it, and she had gone off of pharmaceutical meds and was cold turkey off her meds and was in extreme pain, and ended up taking the CBD, which changed her life around. So she's been taking it, and she has a position on our team as well because she loves CBD now. But the company HempWorks, which is My Daily Choice, is not just CBD. I'm going to do some more videos on the products, but I use their essential oils. I actually have my diffuser on right now, and I put the energy blend in there. So it's giving me nice, good energy. It has blends. They have blends. They have also other signature products, but I love their essential oils, and I use them every single day. I also use their hair products. I also use their coffee infused CBD. Again, some of their products don't have their sprays. I use their boost. The trim I also like. The sleep I use. It's very powerful and effective. So there's just, there's so many amazing things that I use every single day that I believe in, that I just, put my hand down and say, yes, I love this. Why not be able to generate income offering products that you love, that you take every single day? Why not be able to make an income by offering it as well, and share not just the product, but share the opportunity as a business model, and build a community, build a team, and then be able to offer other products and other commissionable offers. So that's one of the things. If you don't have a free position to be able to ask the person who referred you here, you can ask me to get locked in our team. We bring in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and the business volume builds. So as I'm building my team, you guys get that business volume that builds. So you get income, real money that's placed because of the people that I enroll. And so Mike and I, when we start to do advertising, you're going to start to see that take off. So if you get a position on our team, you're going to want to do that now, and you're going to want to share with your peeps that it's a good time to do that. A free position, so you can check it out, and then moving into the opportunity if you want to, which would mean buying products. And so you would want to take advantage of that. Number 2 here on this list is getting the success strategy class. That's what I referred to earlier. It's a 2-hour class. You should be able to get your hands on it for free by either asking myself if you came here because I invited you to my webinar, or you came here because someone referred you here. You're going to want to ask the person or myself for the free success strategy class. And it is 4 days. You have access to watch the class for 4 days. Mike and I put it on a 4-day timer so that you did it, so that you watch it, so that you don't just put it off and say you're gonna watch it, because it's literally life-changing. Even though I created the strategy class with Mike, being able to teach this kind of stuff is literally the recipe that every successful entrepreneur and marketer is using. And when I share this kind of stuff, when you watch this class, it's just so obvious why and how we do it, and how every entrepreneur that you see who's generating serious money, 7 figures, ongoing money, reliable money, people who you see who are like actually living a really great life, not just like, renting a Lamborghini or, like a helicopter for the hour, but like a real good life and having fun and loving it. This strategy is what they're doing. There are 4 serious components, and then the 5th component has a couple stages to it. Optimization of cash flow optimization. So there are 5 components of this strategy, and the 5th one is it's everything that you need to succeed with generating an income online. So getting the success strategy class, watching that, be sure you do if you haven't. And then you want to decide what level you want to join at. So if you want to join us in the marketing training, level 3 pro, where you get to work with me and my partner, Mike, myself and Mike. Ambassador program is obviously where you get to work with me more personally, intimately in live sessions. You meet with us twice a week at Ambassador, or in Profit Platform, where you get access to the training, or level 1 and level 2, which you can get access to at the levels. Level 1 and level 2 is not as intensive in terms of your involvement working with myself and my partner Mike. So any of these levels, you're welcome to join us and get started generating an income. You can start off at level 1 and then realize, oh my gosh, I want to do this at the higher level. Or you just stay at level 2. It's not a big deal. You know, it's important to get started. It is important to start learning the landscape of the internet, how marketing really works when it's done right, and doing it in a way where it's not stressful for you. My whole message is about well-being, as I shared earlier, and ease, and running a business, generating an income, a substantial income, where you're actually enjoying yourself. Honestly, I don't know how many people I know, and I know a lot of people. I don't know how many people, but most of the people I know are just not happy with what they do. But the people who I surround myself with closely, which are a handful, are so happy with what they do. And it's because they do it in a way, as an entrepreneur, in a professional way, that feels good, that feels right. So that's what we have provided. That's what we provide here with our systems, with our strategy, and with level 1, level 2, level 3, is we make sure that you're doing it right, and that it's something that you can step into and enjoy, where you have more ease and more fun, and you're attracting people to you. I am a practitioner of attraction marketing. I will not chase people down. I will not work with someone who's not wanting to get results. I'm all about attraction, and that's what leads to results. You speak to the people who you want to attract in, and you're attracting people who are going to say yes to what you're offering. That's how it's done. So I invite you to make this happen, and you can follow me on my business page. It's actually Zenibe, Zenibe, Zenibe. If you want to follow me on my business Facebook page, you can meet me on there. I share a lot of posts regularly on how to tap into the online business model, generating online income, automated income with ease. I share that on my Facebook page. So you can join me and see what's going on. But I do want you to check your email in just a moment, or reach out to the person who invited you here today. Obviously, if someone who's not me referred you, I want you to go and make sure you speak to them and buzz them right away and ask them for their link, so that they can share with you their link so that you can join under their team. I want to make sure that you do that. If I referred you, I'm going to send an email out, and I'm going to put the subject line, "Join Us Income Reset" from Robyn, Linn. I'll send it from my email. So I'll send you guys an email, but if I didn't refer you to this, be sure you sign up or enroll with the person who did refer you to this. I want to make sure that they get credit for leading you in here. But I'll be sending out an email as well, just sharing with you a little bit more about this next step and how you can get involved. So you can check your email in just a moment. And so, yeah, this is it, guys. This is how you make it happen. I'll be doing more webinars, more Zoom sessions in the future. You can create this income reset for yourself. You can take advantage of everything that's happening now. So, just had to take a little sip of tea as my throat got dry. So does anybody have any questions before we close it out here? Does anybody want to share anything in the session here? Alfred, thank you for a nice session. Yes, I am ready. So that's what as a marketer, it's so important, guys, to understand when you're sharing something, it's always about yes. And it's like this in life. It's also like this in relationships. I always share with my friends when my girlfriend is dating this guy for over a year, I'm like, well, is it a yes? Or is it a no? Or is it I'm not sure? And she's like, well, I'm not sure if I want to be with him anymore. Then it's a no. Because it's a yeah, if it's a yes, then it's a yes. And so it's like that in business when you're attracting people as well. When you're sharing a message, when you're sharing an opportunity, when you're sharing anything at all, even if you're like talking about what you had for dinner, you know, you want to get a yes, because that means people are going to come back. It means they're going to, it means they're coming into your world. They're accepting you. They're wanting what you are showing, right? They're wanting more of that. And so we always want to create a sense of receptivity where whatever we share or lead someone into or show, we want people to feel, oh yes, this is for me, versus no, not so. So it's really, really important that what you share will resonate with people, right? So it's really where we want to get to. So selling on Amazon, so Amazon, selling on Amazon is kind of like a really little side thing, which you can do in the funnel itself. You could build into the email system and into the funnel system itself. You could create some upsells and downsells that lead into your opportunity. But the thing that you're going to want to understand is that with Ambassador Program, Alfred, is that with our trainings, you can sell anything, anywhere on the internet, and you can learn how to attract any type of audience leading into any type of opportunity. That's what the marketing training will allow you to actually be able to do. So whatever it is you, at the end of the day, want to sell, then yes, that'll help you do that. But you may realize, I have a client that I'm working with who has an Amazon business, and he's actually doing better with Amazon being the kind of back end later on kind of deal, versus using the system we have set up for him to generate commissions, and leading the Amazon thing kind of on a side thing. But it doesn't have to be a side thing if that's your main business model. Ambassador Program actually would help you be able to know how to market that effectively. So yes, Richard, oh my gosh, Richard is amazing. Richard Williams, yes. Richard he's a solid guy. He puts his heart out there, and he's real, and he's genuine, and he goes above and beyond. So yes, definitely contact Richard. Hi, Sophia. So Ed says program is awesome. Been using it, and their work and what they share with us is incredible. Genius is highly recommended. Thank you. That's wonderful, Ed. Thank you. Yeah, so you're welcome, Sue. Will this recorded be for a replay? I will send it out to those who registered, Sue, and I will provide it to our team. So if they want to send it to their peeps, yeah, their people. So yes. So if anyone else has any questions, let us know. Or I had a good date night with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't come on video to show off my face to you, because today I thought that, you know, it might be better to just kind of have you hear my voice. But in the future, when we do more date nights, I may show up in my date outfit. Who knows? That could be like my yoga outfit as well. So sometimes I go on a date with my yoga outfit, right? You know, so it happens. But yeah, so we'll do more date nights together. Wonderful, Gail. Good to see you. So have a wonderful evening, everybody. It was great to spend my Friday evening with you. If you have questions, be sure to reach out to that person who led you here, and I'll send out an email if you were referred by me. And it's definitely, as I mentioned, possible to take advantage of what's happening as far as the economic reset goes by resetting your income and really empowering yourself and others. And you know, I did get a message on my Facebook video the other day or yesterday saying, why are you talking about making money during this crazy time? And I just want to end by saying, because my job in my role in this lifetime is to help myself and everyone on my path to be able to be financially independently empowered. And so my message and my vision and mission is to, of course, myself, be able to take care of myself in a state of well-being and ease and enjoy my life, and be able to financially take care of myself, not be self-reliant on a man or a partner or a parent or someone else, but to actually be able to take care of myself, which I am financially empowered. And it took me some time to realize how that it was important to be that way. I worked with women who had gone through seriously horrible divorces. Many, many, many women, over 60 women I've coached, or maybe 100 women who I had coached who had been through really horrible divorces. And over hearing that, I just realized, you know what? I never want to be in that kind of situation where financially I'm fighting over the money, where financially, through a separation or divorce, there's just this fear and, lesser than lifestyle. I love my lifestyle. It's an organic, free lifestyle. So for me, my lifestyle is very important. And that means, financially, I have to be able to take care of myself. And I like to do it in an empowered way where I'm not relying on someone else. So because of that, I am here to share with people, especially during times like this, right? I'm a little bit more vocal or intense because it's really important to know how to take care of yourself financially, whether you have a family or not. Yourself alone is important. If you have a family, even more important, and to know how to do that. And so when I talk about this during times like this, I think it's important, I believe, to be able to share with people that it's actually very empowering for me not to talk about the despair or the depressing, sad things that are happening, but actually to share with you that my business is thriving, to share with you that you can be happy, to share with you that just because people are struggling, you don't have to struggle. We can have empathy, and by having empathy, that means helping people. If I am here to help people, that means I have to be strong. I can't be weak. So I have to be strong to be able to help more people. And because of that, I need to be financially empowered. And the more empowered I am, the more people I can help. And so why not help others become financially empowered? And so that's the message I, really instill to you guys. Regardless of what people say, oh my gosh, did you hear what happened today? How sad. No, I don't focus on the sadness. Yeah, I know what's going on in the world. I know what happened in Syria. I know what happened in Afghanistan. Things happen. It's crazy. And if I focus on the negativity, I would never have enough energy, emotional stamina, and focus to be able to help people and lead people and move away from suffering and struggle. And so that's been my practice for about 17 years. And so when it comes to money, people can get weird if they don't have money. They can point at you and say, why are you teaching about financial empowerment? Because if you're financially empowered, you're not struggling and you're not wanting to focus in on the struggle. You're actually wanting to empower. And so we can help a lot of people become empowered. Sometimes it can be about money, sometimes it can be about other stuff. But when we have financial empowerment, we're not worried about other things. We can take care of ourselves. We have more money to share with others. We can help people. We're not in a struggling state of mind or emotion. So for me, it's really important to keep that in mind during this time. If anyone that you're sharing this message with says anything as far as the backlash goes, I have an open heart. I've been through a lot myself, whether you may know it or not, just like I know you guys have been through a lot in your lifetimes. But we want to be able to look to what is positive and to how we ourselves can empower others through any time, whether the world is crumbling or not. we can still focus on empowering ourselves and others. So I am going to let you guys go. Have a great evening, and hopefully I will see you, and we'll go on another date together. Hopefully this wasn't our last date, and I look forward to hearing back from you guys soon. Ciao for now.